1-pound design. On the immersive 12.9-inch iPad Pro, it delivers an enormous 5.6 million pixels. This is for those who want the biggest window for their creative workflows. And we have some exciting news here. We know our users are increasingly creating content with the high brightness and high contrast ratio of HDR. So, we first equipped creative users with the Pro Display XDR to view and edit their content. This amazing display delivers extremely high brightness and an extremely high contrast ratio. And now, we're going to take the next big step. We're bringing the stunning front-of-screen performance of our Pro Display XDR to our 12.9-inch iPad Pro, so our users can take their XDR workflow wherever they go. This is the new Liquid Retina XDR display, and it delivers 1,000 nits of full-screen brightness, a breathtaking 1,600 nits of peak brightness, and a phenomenal 1,000,000:1 contrast ratio, just like Pro Display XDR. Now, due to the ultra-thin design of iPad Pro compared to the Pro Display XDR, we had to take an entirely new approach to make this happen. So, to tell you all about it, here's Heidi.
Extreme dynamic range is all about delivering a visual experience that reflects what we see in the real world. This means seeing the brightest highlights along with subtle details in the darkest parts of an image. Bringing the XDR experience to iPad Pro was an enormous challenge. We had to rethink how the display creates light. So we went back to the drawing board. To achieve way higher brightness, we used an array of LEDs across the entire back of the display, similar to the Pro Display XDR. And to fit within the ultra-thin iPad Pro design, these LEDs need to be incredibly small. So we developed a mini LED, which is over 120 times smaller in volume than the previous design. And because these mini LEDs are so small, achieving extremely high brightness requires lots of them, and I mean thousands of them. In fact, there are over 10,000 LEDs that deliver XDR level brightness on that stunning 12.9-inch display. That's a massive increase over the 72 LEDs that were in the previous iPad Pro. We then grouped these mini LEDs into over 2,500 local dimming zones. So depending on the content, we can precisely adjust the brightness in each zone. The result is an extremely high 1,000,000:1 contrast ratio. The light is then shaped by a series of incredibly thin, custom-designed optical films and diffusers. And that's why this display can fit into a design that's just 6.4 millimeters thin, weighs just 1.5 pounds, and still delivers all-day battery life. So, HDR content with the finest specular highlights like galaxies and star fields is more true to life than ever. We're thrilled to deliver the XDR experience on the new iPad Pro. Back to Raja.
There's never been a display that delivers this kind of visual experience on any other mobile device. So users can now do things they could never do before. Videographers have a large XDR display they can take with them everywhere and edit true-to-life HDR content using LumaFusion. Photographers can see even more detail when editing their images right on iPad using Lightroom. And filmmakers can more confidently review and approve HDR content with Frame.io, previewing it as it's meant to be seen from anywhere on the set. And everyone can enjoy a mobile cinematic viewing and listening experience with support for HDR video formats like HDR10, HLG, and Dolby Vision. And the advanced sound system supports Dolby Atmos as well. So this is our new 12.9-inch Liquid Retina XDR display. With this amazing set of features, it goes beyond any display in the world. And we couldn't wait to put the new iPad Pro with all of its advanced new technologies in the hands of our developers. Check out what happened when we did.
All right.
I'm Natasha.
我叫高云峥，大家可以叫我 Bobby Josh.
Shannon Dolan.
David William Hurd, professional astro geek.
I'm Terry Morgan, and I'm from LumaFusion.
Swing Vision, Procreate Filming Pro.
All right, Ziggy, you ready for your big shot? Divinity Original Sin 2.
iPad
Pro. And now the iPad Pro has an M1. How can I put this? Awesome.
That head exploding emoji. Eureka.
When I think of
M1 on the iPad, there are truly no limits to what's possible creatively.
The power that's there, it's a monster.
We can do more. We can make bigger canvases and we can do way more with our brushes. Art has left the glass and it's now in a totally different realm.
Processing power is insane. Audio transcription lets you put the iPad Pro on your piano and just start playing. And that'll transcribe into notation what you just played. Pretty wild.
With M1, the iPad Pro can now be your tennis coach and your line judge.
It can look 100 feet across the court and determine if a ball is in or out.
In.
For the first time, the iPad Pro allows us to take the world's densest open-world RPG and put it on a device that can really be played anywhere. We never had that before.
这个是非常非常令人惊叹的，在1.0年之前都不能发生。
The display is everything.
It just says yes. Yes, you can see the full spectrum of color. All of that is huge to us. It kind of showcases a new level of detail with 3D that you couldn't quite see before.
It's just such a beautiful, big window to be able to hold up and zoom in and see whatever you want. Like you're controlling the Hubble Space Telescope yourself.
The biggest deal is really fast, direct import with Thunderbolt. I can get my large images in Photoshop on the iPad faster than ever. And once they're in there, I can just edit in real time. We're able to do things on this new iPad Pro that we've never been able to do before.
To know that it's all there and just something that you're holding in your hand. Fun. How can you not be just overwhelmingly excited about that?
We are so excited.
This is going to be a big deal. He nailed it. Good job.
We're always amazed by the new capabilities our developers put in the hands of our users. Of course, you can't talk about iPad Pro and not talk about the phenomenal accessories that make it even more versatile and capable. Apple Pencil transforms iPad Pro into an immersive drawing canvas and the world's best note-taking device by far. And Scribble, now with support for 5 additional languages, allows you to write in any text field, so you never have to put Apple Pencil away. And iPad Pro supports the thin and light Smart Keyboard Folio and the Magic Keyboard with its backlit keys, integrated trackpad, and floating design. Not only is it a great typing experience, it's now also available in a gorgeous new white color. Finally, iPad Pro has been carefully designed to minimize its impact on the environment and support our overall net zero carbon goal. It uses 100% recycled aluminum for the entire enclosure and 100% recycled rare earth elements in the magnets of the speakers and enclosure. iPad Pro is also free of a long list of harmful substances. Our work here is never finished, but we're proud of the progress we've made. Even with M1 and the other incredible new technologies, the 11-inch iPad Pro still starts at just $799, and the 12.9-inch model adds the stunning Liquid Retina XDR display for just $1099, an incredible value for such an incredible device. You can order iPad Pro starting April 30th, and it'll be available in the second half of May. We're so excited about the new iPad Pro. Check this out.
T-minus 15 seconds. Guidance is internal. 5, 4, 3, 2, 11-inch and 12.9-inch iPad Pro. Both feature
featured the breakthrough M1 chip, making each the fastest device of its kind. Thunderbolt for connection to high-performance accessories, the ultra-wide front camera with center stage, and 5G on cellular models for the fastest cellular connections possible. And in addition to all of that, the 12.9-inch model features the stunning Liquid Retina XDR display with 1600 nits of peak brightness and a 1,000,000:1 contrast ratio. This is a display you have to see to believe. This is the most outrageously capable and versatile iPad Pro we've ever made. Back to John.
In every way, this is a giant